Charles and Ray were their own community, and we were in the satellite group, and so was everybody else.
I had no sense that they were trying to keep out the outside world or anything else. They had created a world and a lifestyle that just required them to go in this tunnel from their house to the work, back home again. So what you surround yourself with and the choices you make about where you live and how you live and the artifacts you have are all based upon trying to create a seamless environment and a seamless life.
Originally, the house was designed by Charles with Eero Saarinen as part of the influential case study housing program in 1945. But Charles and Ray were not ones to let a good design rest.
Charles Eames and Eero Saarinen designed a house that we now call the Bridge House, and it was for this site. It would have cantilevered from the hillside out into the middle of the meadow. One of the ideas of the house was to use technologies that had come out of the war effort, so all the parts of this house were off the shelf.
But the Bridge House was never built.
After World War II, there were major material shortages, and it took about 2 or 3 years to even get the parts that they had ordered. And in that time, Charles and Ray fell in love with this meadow.
Spent all our spare time here. Began to think it would be criminal to put that house in the middle of the field.
Charles realized, we're making the classic architect's mistake. You find a beautiful site and you plunk a house in the middle of it.
With the meadow in mind, Charles and Ray redesigned the Bridge House and began construction.
It was relatively quick because they were relying on some form of prefabrication, of bringing materials to the site and assembling them.
On Christmas Eve, 1949, Charles and Ray moved in.
The Eames house in Los Angeles on that bluff overlooking the Pacific Ocean is surely one of the great buildings of the 20th century.
Known to architectural historians as Case Study House Number 8, it is the archetypal modern house, or at least it started that way.
The Eames house, as it was first made, is very different from what it became as they lived in it through the years and as it acquired all their little touches. I think people miss that unless you've really been there and been inside of it.
Yeah, you remember this? Do you remember this?
I do. I don't remember this one here, but there was at least one at the office.
Modern design has this sort of cliche of being the homes of supervillains. Very hard-edged things. You can't have, your Pepperidge Farm cookies on the kitchen counter because that's going to ruin, this perfect tableau of this perfect life that you live. But you would never look at the Eames house and think that. The container for your life can be simple, but that doesn't mean your life has to be simple.
What was in the house was a combination of things that one hadn't seen before. There was a tumbleweed hanging from the ceiling. Well, now you can see a lot of tumbleweed around in people's houses, but in those days it was, and near the tumbleweed hanging from the ceiling, there were 2 Hans Hofmann paintings suspended from the deck of the roof.
The floor was just another canvas for Ray. The ceiling was just another canvas. A sofa was a canvas for a collage of objects.
She would have entirely all of her famous blue and white dishes stacked up, but she would have little red hearts or little red accents, and it was all perfect.
I went to dinner at Ray and Charles's house one night, and it came to dessert. So What they had arranged for dessert was 3 bowls of flowers that they put in front of you to admire, so it was a visual dessert. I was really fucked off with that. I can tell you. I was really, because I hadn't eaten much, I was saving up for this. So I'm looking at these stupid flowers, you know. I'm saying, what the hell is wrong with these people? You know, so I got in my car and I drove out to the nearest Dairy Queen.
Take your pleasure seriously, Charles said. And that's exactly what they did.
I hope this video helpful to you, so if you like this video or the content of my channel, then like this video and subscribe for more architectural content. Bye bye, I see you later.